I know I look a mess. What's good, welcome back to our channel, Chrissy Talks. Y'all call me Chrissy.
Still your man, still your man.
Let's talk about it. So for those of you guys who do not know, Dasha Taylor is a part of the Taylor Girls duo, who are YouTubers popular for their pranks, challenges, and vlogs, and R&B artists with pop singles like Still Your Man, Still Your Man, Raising ATL. They have rose to YouTube fame with their channel currently having over 2.19 million subscribers. Now let's get into the tea. I always be throwing my notebook. This is what happens when I throw my notebook trying to be funny and shit, and then I bang my knee onto my bed. So let's get into the tea. So this past weekend, somebody leaked messages, Instagram messages and Snapchat messages of Dasha Taylor's boyfriend QUIK and this other woman. Now you can tell some of these messages were unsent, but just to read a couple of them, some of them say, so it starts off with him, I believe he was responding to something on her story, and he sent a laughing emoji. She said, what's funny? He said nothing. And she starts off the conversation asking where he's from, and mind you, this was back in September 2019. So going through more of their messages, she says, hold up boy, you just be calling whenever, huh? Let me leave from around my family. So you can see that they were video chatting as well. She says, I'll be coming down to ATL next month, I want to see you. And he liked that message. She also posted something on her story, to which he responded with heart eyes. Further down, she says, why you keep leaving me on red, the fuck? I feel like a groupie, def not that. He says, I know you ain't been working, sometimes I mess up. So for those of you guys who do not know, he's also a producer, and this is how he and Dasha met.
I got the DM.
She hit me on Instagram. She said she was looking for a producer and engineer
In Miami, in Florida.
Yeah.
And then they take it over to the Snapchat messages. Now this got me puzzled because if you have the nerve to cheat on your girlfriend and you move it over to Snapchat, why the fuck are you saving messages? Based on the screenshots, it looks like the girl is the one saving messages, but he also has the power to delete them. And if I was him and you really trying to be sneaky and you unsending your Instagram messages, you might as well delete your Snapchat messages too. I feel like the whole point of going on Snapchat is so your messages will fucking disappear. So I'm just like, so I'm honestly low-key wondering what's the point of going on Snapchat. So in some of these messages, he says, why so defensive? She says, because I don't want you thinking I'm sitting here playing with you, at you calling me at 7 a.m. The only time you can wake me up is when you're fucking me. If not, don't do it. I'll call you on here when I'm actually up to be on cam. He said, LOL, okay mommy. She said, what are you doing? What's up? I don't know what else was said, but then she says, no, you're playing. When can you get some free time? Come see me or something for real. He said, come to my creative facility. Professional. Do you like art? She says, we need to find some time or something. And he said he's going to call her. She says she was working, handling business, baby. When can we talk? I be wanting to call you, but you trying to be on some games. Sending heart eyes. She's saying, I want to see something, daddy. Ugh. He says, I want to see the full you. She swiped up on one of his stories and says, fine ass. He says, thank you, pretty. I guess she sent something to him. She says, their daddy. He says he never answered the phone. She slid up and sent some heart eyes and a tongue emoji. And of course, you could tell that this pretty much looks like him in his story. So those were some of the messages that were leaked between them. Apparently they were explicit videos and whatnot, but those were later confirmed to not be QUIK in the video, and instead it was this girl giving oral sex to somebody. This was later confirmed by Dasha, but we're going to talk about that later. So we're going to call this girl Kai. Her Instagram name is Kai Muneka, but I'm going to just call her Kai to make it easier. So apparently Kai's ex-boyfriend was the one who sent these messages to a variety of tea pages. Except for me. I'm sorry if the lighting is a little off and I look like Donald Trump. And the tea room was actually one of the tea channels to report on this story first. So this is the ex-boyfriend who's coming out and leaking these messages trying to expose her. Because basically if she was really doing things with QUIK, she would be cheating on him during this process. Of course QUIK was quick to deny these allegations, and he went on his Instagram saying, everything they talking about, baby, ain't true. Now I really hope he wasn't trying to reach out to her through this Instagram post talking about, baby, what they say it ain't true. I'm sure they definitely had their conversations in real life, but like, why are you even addressing that on Instagram like that? So I do believe there's possibly some truth and a lot of lies in this story, but we're gonna hear from the girl's mouth herself. Now she recently did an interview with another tea page called Voice for the People Reacts, and so in her interview, she talks about how they started talking.
I just started an Instagram, I think like in 2019, and I guess I just started following like people from like YouTube's or, you know, just normal stuff. And I don't know how, but like I guess he liked one of my my pictures. He liked, and I think it's still on there, that he liked my first picture that I posted on Instagram, but I removed it. I didn't remove it, but I hid it. because I didn't want people to find out about that. And I went on his page, so he looked familiar, but like something was just like, I don't know, he just, he didn't come off like he was just like a well-known, or like a rapper or something. So, I just viewed his page and I looked at his story, and he viewed my story or whatever. And then I guess I posted something funny, and he sent like a laughing emoji to my DM. I said what was funny. And then that's how it started.
So they began talking back in 2019. Apparently her boyfriend was the one who bought her phone, and she started off her Instagram. So this is why she doesn't have that many followers on Instagram. And she talks about how she just started following YouTubers. Mind you, she just started following YouTubers, right? Not celebrities. She ain't follow Rihanna, bitch. Like, who you really following? So I guess she was just following YouTubers for no reason. She said that he actually liked one of her earlier pictures, but she hid it because she didn't want it to be seen the wrong type of way. So I was wondering, did she hide this after the allegations come out or before? Because if she hid it before, then that means she had an idea of who this guy was and the fact that he was in a relationship. But all she says was that he looks familiar, but she didn't know who he was. Now, when Voice for Reacts asked her when she knew about Daysha, if she knew about Daysha, she said that apparently she found out about Daysha through their video calls. Now, if you remember in their message screenshot, they did have some video calls, and they probably were FaceTiming. And apparently when they would FaceTime each other, sometimes he was in the dark, because he was allegedly cheating. And she said that she would hear Daysha's voice in the background.
So at what point did you find out about Daysha?
It kind of was like once he started like I think it was like when we started video chatting, because like I would hear like a familiar voice in the background, but like he will always like be in like weird places. Like it would just be like dark in the background, or like he'll be like in like a closet, or like it just just weird stuff. And like a voice sounded familiar or whatever, and I kind of was just like, okay.
So I'm just thinking this is hella disrespectful if he was really on FaceTime with another girl while Daysha was in the house. Like, you really can't be that stupid. So she said she heard her voice and it sounded familiar. So here's the familiar word again. Like, you don't know who these people are, but you started your Instagram off following these YouTubers, and you didn't know who he was, but he looked familiar, and you didn't know about his girlfriend Daysha Taylor, but she sounded familiar. So it's just like, all these things are sounding familiar, but none of them are adding up. And it's like, regardless of when she found out about Daysha, she found out about Daysha. Like, at one point you knew about Daysha and you knew that they were together. So nonetheless, she tried to pursue Quick regardless of his relationship status and regardless of her relationship status. So to me, it's just like, the question itself, when did you find out about Daysha? The fact that you have an answer to that means you knew about Daysha, so it's just a done deal, for me at least. But according to her, she actually asked Quick about his relationship status, if he had a girlfriend, and he said,
"Are we just friends?"
I asked him a few questions, and I was like, are you in a relationship? And he was like, he was just, I guess he didn't really answer it, but he was like, aren't we just friends? And at the time we weren't friends, because I just met him, so I didn't really understand why he was asking that. But yeah, I guess that's when I found out about Daysha and him, because he told me that he her and him, I guess they weren't really on good terms, I'm guessing. And so that's why he said she lets him have friends, female friends. And so I kind of believed it, because I went on one of his pictures and I seen like a lot of females under the comment sections, and it like, they were like, it just seemed like real friendly. It wasn't like, a fan. It was real friendly.
So when did you put two and two together that Daysha was actually in a relationship with Quick?
Well, like after I heard the voice, it sounds familiar. They had the video or whatever on Twitter. Like they're, they are kind of like loud sisters or whatever. So that is something I remember them about.
now for any girl out there who has been hit up or pursued by somebody who was already in a relationship, you ask them about whether or not they have a girlfriend and they say, aren't we just friends? You know that's some bullshit. One, you know that definitely means he has a girlfriend. And two, you know that y'all definitely are not friends and he's not trying to be. And like she said in the interview, they weren't friends at this point. They were still getting to know each other. So for her to be like, okay, and say, well, he did have a lot of female friends, it's like, some things are just not adding up. Like, you already know what you was getting yourself into, and you didn't mind getting yourself onto it. You get what I'm saying? Now, going on with this interview, she says that she actually met him back in 2019 when they started talking.
It had to be like after Thanksgiving, so probably in December.
Oh, was it December 2020 or
2019?
2019. Okay. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
so you met him in person in 2019.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
then like it became like a regular thing.
When you came to ATL, that's when y'all actually was able to meet up.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you live far from ATL? Is it driving distance, or did you have to keep flying out there to ATL to actually see him?
Flying.
Oh, you
Yeah,
was
I had to fly.
flying. Okay, so yeah, that was a little far distance. At that time, was your boyfriend a little bit curious, like why you keep going to ATL?
Well, I told him that I had friends. I have family up there. And I have I have a female best friend that stays up there. I guess you could say I was lying to my ex-boyfriend or whatever.
And how many times since then and now have you seen him?
Maybe like 9 or 10. It was like maybe like every 2 months. I guess in the end he had a woman, and
So she was meeting him back and forth in ATL, and her ex actually confirmed to Voice for People Reacts channel that he was buying her plane tickets. Now, I've only heard about shit like this where girls be taking these girl trips or these vacations and they're actually out there cheating on their significant other. Like, that's some really high quality shit. And it's even crazier if he was the one who was buying her these plane tickets, like she's alleging. Now, this girl Kai is also alleging that he would actually give her money.
he would give me money in person. He would never cash up it though or anything like that, because I'm sure, like, I don't know if they share account, so I guess he just didn't want that to get out.
So when he see you, he would give you like cash.
Yeah, because I would pay for my flight, but like I always said, like, I'm not about to like get played, or I'm not, because I don't like to pay for things like that, especially if I'm coming to it. Well, if you're going to be coming to like see me while I'm out in Atlanta or whatever, so like you definitely need to look out for me or whatever. Yeah, he would give me money.
And she says little things like,
Well, I guess she had a woman.
like, what do you mean I guess? It's either he does or he doesn't. Now, when this channel asked her, like, did you feel like you wanted to tell Daysha? Why didn't you tell Daysha? Well, she says she didn't want to tell Daysha because she didn't even want to be with Quick. This was just a little quick thing. I need to stop doing that.
Now, you said you didn't want to tell Daysha because you thought that she wouldn't believe you. But if you would have told her, was you trying to break them up, or did you want to be with Quick? Or was you...
Honestly, I didn't want to be with Quick. I'm not gonna lie. I guess I was just, I was going through things in my relationship, and I never knew that I would wake up to someone else, in their little life or whatever you want to call it. And so I don't know, it was kind of weird. That's why when he did DM me, I was like, okay, like I was just real curious about everything. And so I don't know, like I was thinking like, like y'all can, DM her, but I just like she probably gets millions of DMs. I'm nobody. Clearly, I'm not verified or anything. So I just like, why would she pay me any mind,
So you just kept the relationship going, but in deep down inside you wanted to tell her.
Mm-hmm. I remember one time, this was like the last time I've ever like asked about his relationship. I was like, are you intimate with your woman or whatever? Try to go off on me. And he was like, why the F are you in my business? We're just friends. Like, now I feel like I can't trust you. I feel like you op, or you're just looking for an opportunity. It was just, I was like, okay, like, and that's when I'm just like, okay, like, yeah, I'm good on him, but clearly he wasn't good on me. So
like, she wasn't really trying to be with Quick anyway. This was just something to get away from her toxic relationship, which is just like, I will never understand the point of cheating itself. But if you already have a toxic relationship, you already have a relationship that you don't want to be in, what's the point of cheating? She said if she hit up Daysha anyway, she felt like Daysha wasn't going to believe her. So it's like she continued to be with him even though she didn't really want to be with him, even though she wanted to tell Daysha about being with him, even though she didn't want to be with him. And then she says things like, well, he clearly still wants to be with me. And she's saying that he was actually still recently hitting her up to see her. And she said that the last time they actually spoke, or the last time that he hit her up, was back in December.
So when was the last time you saw Quick?
it was in 2020. It had to have been in like maybe the end of September, like maybe in the middle of October, because my birthday's in October. So
so it's been a while since you actually spoke to him.
Yeah, but like he's still been wanting me to come out, and like I would ignore him because like I was talking to someone else, and I was like, whatever. I was over him, but like he would see my stuff on like my stories on Snapchat, and he would like swipe up, or he'll send like heart eyes and stuff.
Now, of course, I believe that everybody has a voice, everybody has a story, but when you really analyze what she was saying and how she was saying it, some things just wasn't really making sense in terms of like, I didn't really know who they were, but they were familiar. You know what I'm saying? And then the fact that you first get on Instagram and you're following these YouTubers. And the fact that you were in a toxic relationship and you didn't really want to be with Quick and you wanted to tell Daysha but you didn't. And it's just like, you just had a lot of free choice that you decided not to engage in, which will bring a lot of people to say that, you know, you were a clout chaser, like you were doing this on purpose, you were trying to get something out of it. Now we already know that Quick denied these allegations, but Daysha actually posted a video yesterday denying these allegations as well. Now in this video she's on her way to take out her birth control, so you know they might be looking towards pregnancy. Now in this video Daysha says she wasn't really going to address this because they keep their relationship private, but they barely have any problems, and you know he want to do this because he has too much to lose.
So everybody has been asking me, consistently DMing me about the cheating allegations against Quick. You know, me and Quick, we handle our relationship behind closed doors. Y'all never really see, like, even if we do like get into it or something, which we never really get into it. Me and Quick, we rarely are on bad terms. We don't have too many problems. We got too much to lose. Like, we got so much going on, so many things in the works. He not gonna fuck that up because no pussy. Trust me, he's a Sagittarius. Anybody that knows Sagittarius and Capricorns, we're very business savvy. We all about our money. We're very very upfront. He's always been real with me, you know what I'm saying? So I've never doubted in my mind for a second, oh shit, this nigga might have really done fucked around to me.
Now listen, I don't give a fuck if he's a crapper fuck or she's a Sagittarius asshole. The thing that didn't sit right with me about her explanation on why he wouldn't cheat is the fact that not only does she bring up the zodiac signs like it matters. Okay, you could be a Gemini, you could be a Taurus, you could be a whatever the fuck and still cheat. It does not matter. But it's the fact that she says, you know, we're a power couple, we're business partners, there's too much to lose, we have too much in the works. Because honestly, regardless of whether or not she thinks that they're Jay-Z and Beyonce, and here's what's funny about that, Jay-Z and Beyonce are business partners, they are together. He cheated on Beyonce. But it's like, honestly, if you're gonna address the fact that, you know, my boyfriend wouldn't cheat on me, he didn't cheat on me, I just would hope that money and being business partners and having too much in the works wouldn't be a reason for why he's not cheating on you. Like, oh, he's smart, knows that he has too much to lose, and we're making money. Like, that shouldn't even be a reason. The only reason should be he fucking loves me and he wouldn't do that to me. Now she's saying that this girl is simply doing this for clout.
Her side never was a side because it didn't make no damn sense. She did all of that to try to get clout, and she did. She got a little bit of clout from the situation. The Instagram page that you guys are seeing now was not the Instagram page that reached out to him initially. The initial conversation was her supposedly trying to do a shoot at my facility, my facility. But from now on, I already told him if any females or anything want to work at the building or anything, he could just send them to my Instagram. Yeah, I get to them when I get to them.
She's saying that this wasn't even the account that she hit up Quick from, and she's saying that she initially hit up Quick to work in the salon that Daysha owned. And then she finally says, well, Quick is just too friendly. Quick is too friendly, and this girl took advantage of that.
He don't know. He just real sweet. He real nice. Like if y'all meet him in person, he always, oh hey, thank you, how you doing? He talk. That's my nigga. He likes to talk. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, but people can take that for that kindness for weakness, and they try to turn and portray you out to be some bad. It's crazy how he had a good narrative and somebody put some shit out on the T page and it turns him from being a good loving boyfriend into this fucking monster. Like he just been cheating on me for years. And the way the blogs really took those little couple messages and tried to flip it, like this nigga been cheating on me for 3, 4, 5 years, and he just you know, just fucked up and stuff. And I did verify the footage that all the T pages kept saying that they had this explicit footage that they couldn't put in the video, and it was just explicit and just so much. It was basically a video of the girl giving oral sex to some guy, but it wasn't Quick.
Now, based on these messages, it might have been video chatting, and they were definitely flirting. In these messages, Daysha doesn't deny these messages. She talks about, well, these T pages are posting these little messages that don't mean nothing. You could agree for the most part that these messages were real, and these messages were screen recorded. Martin Lewis actually has a video recording of this girl going through her messages, so this is pretty much real for the most part. Now, regardless of if they met up or not, or if they were fucking or not, as Daysha said, you know, this is not even him in these explicit videos that these T pages are talking about. These messages were real, okay? And I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think that he cheated regardless of if he physically cheated? For me, it's like, if you would not do anything in front of your partner, for one, that is cheating. If you're over here sending messages and moving on to other apps to talk to this girl, video chatting, doing all that, that is cheating. Because overall, he's flirting with this girl, and he's doing this behind Daysha's back. This is not just him being too friendly, you know what I'm saying? This is him choosing to speak to this girl on another level that wasn't professional. So if you ask me, it's like, if you're over here flirting with somebody else, you're cheating. You don't have to stick your dick in her. You don't have to meet up with her in ATL. It doesn't have to be physical, and it's sneaky. So I mean, she could go ahead and say that her man's too friendly and he's caring, which he might be as well, but it's just no excuse to be sending these type of messages to another girl who's not your girlfriend. So honestly, it looks like they might have not met up. There aren't videos between them. He wasn't giving her money, but these messages are real. These actually took place between them, and we don't even have the full conversation. Obviously, there's some truth and there's some lies to it, but either way, you know, like, the messages itself, I want to be able to fuck with. Now, she was posting a few things on her Twitter. She responded to his story on his Instagram saying, and everything you were telling your quote-unquote wife wasn't true either. She was talking about how she was receiving hate messages because your fave boyfriend is a shit. Don't address me, honey, address him. He knew that he had a girl. But didn't you know that he had a girl too? Like, I understand that the side chick doesn't have loyalty to you and your boyfriend does, but honestly, it's still very disrespectful for a side chick to engage with your man if he knows that he had a girlfriend. Like, it's a whole different story if this guy was dragging along this girl, telling her that he ain't had a woman and he's single, but it's something different when you actually know that he had a girlfriend. That's a lot of it falls back onto the boyfriend, but you still engaged with someone who's in a relationship. If you know someone has a relationship, it should just be an automatic, why am I talking to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't even get far on both parties. So that is it in my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down what you guys think below. Do you guys think that Quick cheated on Daysha? Do you guys think that flirting with somebody else means that you're cheating on your partner? Do you guys think that this girl is just looking for a clout? Comment down what you guys think below. Follow me on Instagram at Snapchat, Daysha, Chrissy 2 as is 2 Y's. I love and appreciate you guys, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.
She the girl, she the girl.